Hi, today I'm going to share with you some of the tools I chose for this project. So the first one that I chose was Wayground. Wayground is an interactive tool that can be used to assess students and their mastery of some skills. It has some AI tools that you can use to help the teacher throughout the process, and it also has an option to align with state standards. So I'm going to walk you through real quick what Wayground is. So there are some sections that I'm going to walk through specifically. The first one is assessments. For assessments, you can upload your own material from the curriculum that your school gives you, or you can put in standards that you're learning, and it can AI generate questions for you. In the assessments, there are different question types that you can do. There's multiple choice, there's drag and drop, there's hotspot, there's label, open response questions, drawing. There's really an array of opportunities for the students to show their mastery. The second one that I would like to show you is called lessons. You can upload your own lessons and go from just a Google slide lesson to an interactive. So it takes the slides that you have, and then you can either add in your own questions or, like the assessments, ask AI to generate the questions for you. The next one is interactive videos. So this one you can upload a YouTube video or one from the Wayground library and put in questions throughout the video. So if there's doing something independently, they would watch the video and it would pause, ask the question, and then continue the video. The fourth one I'd like to show you is called Passages. This one I used a lot as an ELA teacher. I would upload a passage for the students to read, and then it would have questions, and it would have the questions and the passage side by side. So the students would be able to go back and annotate and look back for text evidence for those questions. So quickly, I'll show you just a couple examples of things that I've made myself. Over here on the side, you can see that it has libraries. You can look at reports for data. And you can set up accommodations for students. So that's a good way to differentiate for those students that have those IEPs or 504s, or just students that are on a different reading level. You can set those accommodations here. And then also here are some of the AI tools that we'll dive into in just a little while. So just to give you an example of some things that I've used, like for example, here's a passage quiz that I've done where I had the passage on one side and they're able to read it, and then the question over on the side. It doesn't show up on the side like this for the students. If you're a student, it would show up in this way. It's a good way too for the students. They're really engaged and it motivates them to compete against each other depending on the mode that you set for the assignment. So it has the passage over here. They can annotate on it and they can draw an underline, and then they can go to the questions and answer those questions. So another example that I'll show you real quick is like an assessment. So let me real quick. So here's an assessment that I've created. Again, you can preview as a student. You can even print it out if there's technology problems and it's not able to work. And then something that I've done is if I see that a student has had a hard time in mastering some of these skills, you can have AI generate flashcards for the student to practice these skills and then come back and reassess. So that in a nutshell is Wayground. The next tool that I'm going to use is to present Wayground to the students is Canvas. So Canvas is a tool required by our district, so it was nice to kind of dive deeper into it for this assignment. So I created just a little demo class just to show you around that allows you to add assignments, quizzes, pages. And for this assignment specifically, I created one here where you can create an agenda that gives the students the layout of the week, and parents too can see this. And then also I posted the lesson that I have, and it's going to be in my presentation for you to dive into and see a little bit better. But I really like this because you can have multiple classes in here, and it connects, since it's through my district, it connects to our grades. So the grades from Canvas and other sources can go straight into our gradebook for the district, and parents and students can all see this alike. So here are my tools. I've also put in the presentation a lot more information, so go check it out. Thank you.